Alright, what's up guys? It's Erica with Not Your Average GDC, and we have a final MAGNACUT review. Just a quick disclaimer, I'm honestly wicked sick. I have no idea what I have, but it's very painful, and my nose is very stuffy, and my cognitive ability is like out of whack right now. So I apologize ahead of time if this is a little like off and I'm not as sharp as I usually am in my videos. I did just make a little list right here to keep me in check for the whole thing, so I stay on track. So if you see me looking over here, it's just at my list of points I wanted to touch upon during the video. But let's just get into it. So for the month of November, I tested the BGM Knives Mini Javelin in MAGNACUT blade steel. This was tapped in at 61.5 to 62.5 for hardness, and I ran it for the whole month of November, and we're just going to go over basically everything that I noticed during testing. So week one, I recall being really confused by this steel. It was just weird for me. It was not very bitey. It was polished kind of when it got to me, and I remember just like every single time. I remember being a little confused and not being able to really like jive with it at first. Like steels that I click with right away would be like S30V, a good S35, a good S45, 154. Those are steels that work really well for my tasks, my work tasks. They hold a pretty decent bite and they're easy to sharpen and they're very forgiving. And I remember at the beginning thinking like, what the crap is this? It feels so weird. And I did try sharpening it near the beginning of the month on an Arkansas stone, or no, it was a Norton oil stone, and it didn't, that stone was not hard enough to hit this. It went dull at work, and the stone that I have at work was that oil stone, so I tried sharpening it at work with that, and it didn't work at all. It was not hard enough to remove steel from the knife. So I went home and used my diamonds. That worked very quickly and very well. I mean, it burred so quickly with the diamonds. It was really crazy. I mean, it came up like as fast as a 154. Just a few passes, maybe 7 passes on one side, and it created a burr. So I sharpened it with the diamond stone. I refined it with a DC4 stone, and I gave it a quick strop, and it polished up immediately. And it didn't really have a lot of bite. Like, it was very sharp, but it just didn't have a lot of bite. And I was kind of surprised at that. And let's see, week 2, still going strong. It kind of just felt like I was using like a stainless 3V in a sense, but like a not very bitey 3V. I've used Bark River 3V, and it was crazy bitey. I have a hunting knife that I use. Very toothy, but not stainless. And I do have BGM 3V, obviously not stainless either, but this one is not nearly as bitey as the Bark River. So it kind of started to feel like... Zadie, please stop. Every single time. So the MAGNACUT, like about halfway through the testing, really started to feel like a 3V to me. So I tried sharpening it again, I think on week 3, and I recorded that. Again, diamond stone, DC4 diamond stone, quick strop. It polished up and I didn't want it to, but it polished up with just a few strokes on the strop, and razor sharp, but again, not toothy. So the last week of testing, week 4, was just kind of bleh. I didn't really do much. Just my normal tasks at work. I did do that batoning near the end of the testing, which I filmed to put up on the channel. This did incredible for the batoning. It took the impact very, very well. It did not chip, it did not roll, and it cut paper clean after going through hardwood. So that was impressive. So honestly, for me, this testing was kind of a dud because I was one of the people that fell into the hype surrounding MAGNACUT. I saw a little meme thing or something, a photo that stated that this was going to be a stainless crewwear, a stainless S45 VN, a stainless 4V. It was going to outperform all of those and be stainless. Is it stainless? Absolutely. I put it in a sheath full of fruit juice for 24 hours and we don't have a single bit of rust. But is it to par with those tool steels? In my opinion, no. Not at all. It doesn't have the bite that my tool steels have. Does it have the toughness? Yes. The fact that this went through batoning and kiln-dried firewood and still sliced paper clean after means that this is a very forgiving and tough steel. And it can be heat-treated pretty high. But this is not a steel that I would use for an EDC knife, and I'll explain why. I believe that the target audience for this would be chef knives, hunting knives, and camping/bushcrafting knives. The reason being is the toughness and the corrosion resistance. So any type of food prep or wet environments where you're using this steel, it will not rust. And it is very tough and very forgiving. So if you are using a skinning knife in MAGNACUT and you're cutting through a deer or something, let's say, if you hit bones or anything, it's not going to chip on you and break. And if you are using it as a camping knife and you are batoning, it's not going to chip and break. It is extremely tough. I cannot emphasize how tough MAGNACUT is. That is insanely impressive. So any type of high impact tasks, this knife will outperform anything straight up. Food prep too. If you're using it on a cutting board and just constantly doing those cuts that are just putting so much pressure on that edge, and you're not necessarily sawing all the time, but it's just like constantly putting pressure on the edge, this will do incredibly well. For me, I would not want an EDC knife in MAGNACUT because it doesn't have enough tooth or enough grit to saw through the things that I saw through, like rope and twine and anything where I need enough bite to actually grab a material and pull through it. It did do very well with the dog food and the goat food. It does great with cardboard cutting, but all of the oddball tasks that I do, it just doesn't have enough bite, and I did multiple things to try and get it to stay bitey, and it just won't. Especially in the summer when I do a lot of garden work outside and like root cutting and harvesting of vegetables that have thick vines where you really do need a lot of bite to cut through them. This is not going to last. This is not going to make it. So for me, an EDC knife in MAGNACUT is an absolute no-go. I can't. And the hype around it, if you get it in the right model, is definitely real, but everyone, for the most part, was excited about EDC knives in MAGNACUT, and that's just not going to happen for me. It really does have to be in a model that'll be used for like high impact tasks for sure. I'm hoping this is all making sense. My brain is like so foggy right now. So yeah, there's definitely a specific targeted audience for this steel. And I guarantee nobody's going to say that yet, because everyone wants the MAGNACUT to work for them, and everyone's going to say it's mental and that it's the best steel that's ever been created. I disagree completely. I may at some point get a camping knife made in MAGNACUT, because that would be the ultimate like camping knife for me. But aside from that, no work EDC blades at all. So the final thoughts are that it's a very good steel. Laren did an incredible job with this. I understand what he was aiming for with this steel. I understand the whole purpose of the project, and I think Laren is highly, highly respectable. But everyone that blew the project out of the water saying it was going to be the best EDC steel, you sound a lot like the people that were raving about M390. It's nothing special, and this is just another steel that's very good. It'll be good for certain things, but I would choose my tool steels or my S30V or my 154 any day over MAGNACUT for EDC. So hopefully that clears some things up. I'm sure it'll cause massive controversy, because everyone's raving about MAGNACUT and I'm not, but we gotta stay honest on the channel, right guys? Hopefully next week I'll be back with a better video, not so monotone. I just honestly feel like crap. I will be testing an Emerson Mini A100 Po-Boy for December. That'll be here in a couple days. I'm not testing the model because I've already tested that. You guys know I love the Emerson Mini A100. I'm testing the Po-Boy conversion from Andrew, because I've never, me personally, I've never seen somebody test a Po-Boy conversion ever. I've never seen one even used really or carried. They always look brand new. So I'm going to carry and test the titanium micarta hybrid thing for December and see how that whole conversion holds up. So you guys will be seeing videos on that starting soon. But anyway, guys, I hope you have a great day. I hope you're all staying safe and not sick and happy. And as always, use your shit.